Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Yellowhammer Football Podcast here on the Lotus Sports Network, where each and every week, guys, we talk about Alabama high school football. I am the Colonel. He is Catfish. What is going on?
What up, man?
Another wonderful day.
Oh, yeah.
Well, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. We'll look back at a little week 10. We'll start it off with the Hackleburg going to Vina, coming up with a win 44-6. I think we pretty much thought this would be the case.
Yeah, we did. They got some points on the board, Vina did, but Hackleburg handled business, did what they needed to do here, and it's a good win for them.
Yeah, I mean, after they've had a rough season, and that definitely helps.
Yeah.
Then we had Phillips going to Addison, coming up short, 45-12.
Yeah, we both picked Addison to win here. I know you talked a lot about it last week. Home field advantage is everything, but Phillips had a pretty good season outside of the tougher teams in their region, and every team they faced that was higher up in the region, they pretty much got slacked by them. But it's not that bad of a year for Phillips based on previous years.
Yeah,
but Addison took care of business too.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it'd be a little bit more competitive. But yeah, I mean, Addison's doing what they've been doing. So it's a good win.
Yeah.
Then we had Marion County going to Hubbardsville, coming up with a win 41-28.
Yeah. This is another one we guessed right.
Yep.
Shout out to Marion County because, I watched them first week and they were not bad at all. And it was an extremely competitive first half of Lynn, but Lynn ran away with it in the end. And I left that game thinking that Lynn was definitely one of the best teams in the region, which they are. They're number one team in their region.
Right.
And that Marion County was pretty good as well. And Marion County's right there with Lynn and Addison. I think they'll do a pretty good job competing wherever they get placed in the playoffs. But I still think they're a first, second round team, but it is a heck of a year for Marion County.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, this is what we thought would happen. And, you've seen them firsthand, so you know how good they are. So.
Oh, yeah.
Then we had Brilliant going to Barry Fayette, coming up short, 49-16.
Well, Barry Fayette has been a pretty successful program outside of these past few years, but they've been a bottom feeder this year with Brilliant and Holy Spirit and Cherokee and all them types of 1A programs that really haven't scored much. Yeah. But Brilliant getting 16 points. Brilliant got shut out by Holy Spirit last week. So, I mean, for them to actually put points on the board, you look at it with more of a positive viewpoint, but it's still getting crushed. So I just hope they rebound. They get the off season because Coach Hatcher didn't have a lot of time with these boys when he got there. So hopefully they get everything fixed the way they need to be doing it. And I kind of can see them compete next year. I wouldn't put a whole lot of money on, them being a 5-5 program or whatever. But
right, yeah.
If I was a betting man, I'd at least say maybe 2 or 3 wins.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, they scored some points. That's got to be a positive. But it's a tough year for them. So
yeah, it is.
You got to hope they rebound.
Been a few tough years.
Yeah, that's true. Then we had Oakman going to Winfield, getting shut out 43-0.
This is shocking. Winfield, we predicted them to be the best team in their region. Granted, Gordo,
right.
Oakman's got 4 seniors. I believe they got like 23 freshmen and sophomores. So they're a real young team. Coach Hall is a great coach. This is not indicative. This season's not indicative of how good of a coach he is. He said before the season this would be a rough year for him, just based on how young they were. I watched them compete against Gordo. Now, Gordo thumped them in the second half, but I've seen a lot of things I like from this Oakman program. Now, we'll see how they finish off the season. I'm kind of liking the matchup coming up this week. It's going to be a great game. But Winfield taking care of business at home. I can't wait to see what they do in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how they do. 43-0, man. That's a dominant win as you can get, you know.
That's thumping them, man.
Then we had Northside going to Hamilton, and pretty much the same of what we just talked about, 48-0. Northside won.
yeah. That's all we can say about Hamilton season this year, man. It's been rough for them. Northside, you got Dora that's first in that region. You got Haleville second, Corner third, and I believe Northside's the fourth team. I don't think Northside's going to get in the playoffs, but at one point in time they were the number one team in the region. But Hamilton, it's just a bad year for the Aggies.
Yeah, no doubt. And at home, too, man, that really hurts, you know. Then we had Red Bay going to Hatton, coming up short, 38-22.
Yeah.
Surprised me a little bit, you know.
They, like, we've been talking about Red Bay. We've talked them up a lot of times, and, like, especially the Faultville game.
Yeah.
They kind of disappointed us on that one. But, it was on the road. They scored 22 points. That's a positive outlook on it. It's been a pretty decent season. I mean, I believe they're split on wins and losses, but it's not a dumpster season by any means. But
for sure.
You know, I think they're going to get it rolling for future years after this past season.
Yeah. Then we had Tharptown going to Falkville, who we just mentioned. Falkville coming up with a win, 55-14. I think this is about what we predicted too.
Yeah. Shout out to Falkville, keeping it rolling.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hate it for Tharptown this year. It's been another bad year for them.
Yeah. And here we go, guys. We had Phil Campbell going to Clements and coming up with a win, 44-32. They had to have this game to get in the playoffs. And they're in.
Oh my God! I know it's made you happy, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When I saw the score, I was like, "Yeah, Brian's smiling right now."
Yep.
But yeah, it shocked me of how good they've been. Like, it's just far as, you know, point spreads. Like, normally if Phil Campbell's good, it's going to be closer ball games. They're putting up 40 and 50 points this season. I mean,
right. Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. And, like, coming off that 74 year last year, Coach Barnwell's got them rolling in the right direction. Y'all got to have pure excitement there. It's just got to be.
It is unbelievable. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know who they'll play in the playoffs. I imagine it'll be a tougher team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Then they've had to play. Yeah. But just making it means everything. So
that first round's a blue map for them right now.
Yeah. Then we had Russellville going to Fairview and coming up with a big win, 41-14.
Yeah, Russellville handed it to them, and there was a little bit of a I guess bad publicity from this game. Coleman Daly had put a message on Facebook about how a Russellville cop got into it with a Fairview football player. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but that kind of overshadows how good Russellville handled this game. But, you know, Russellville started out a little edgy. I expected more out of them. Really, the only problem they've had since I believe they're number one in their region. They're undefeated in their region, actually. Yep. The only problem they've had since the first part of this season was Mars Hill.
Yeah, well, you looked. What was that first game? They played Grissom, which is a 7A school. You know, that's a hard ask right there. Yeah. Then you lose to your rival in Deschler in a pretty close game, and then you lose to Mars Hill. You know, by a missed field goal. So. Yeah.
But outside of that, I mean, as long as you're perfect in your region, that's all that matters.
Oh, that's it, man. Yeah, that's it.
Playoffs.
Yep. Then we had Cherokee going to Meek, and exactly what we thought would happen happened. Meek won 69-8. Actually, I didn't believe the 8 was going to be there, but
you know. I didn't think it probably was a late touchdown. You know.
Yeah.
I know Cam Deaver, he had 4 touchdowns. He wanted me to mention, by the way, that if they win this next game, this will be the first undefeated season in Meek football history. So,
well, man, we're pulling for you.
It's a big year for them, and I'm excited. I can't believe it, man. It's everything we thought before the season as far as where Meek could go. They've done it and excelled pretty much.
Oh yeah.
I like their chances in the playoffs. This game this coming week is going to be huge. I mean, it should be packed on their side, and if they get it done, it will be the biggest celebration ever, man.
For sure. I mean, and like you said, beginning of the year, we talked about this team and what we expected out of them, and it's just way more than what we ever expected.
Yeah. So I'm happy for them, man. I really am.
Hey, I'm pulling for them. No doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Then we had Lynn going to South Lamar and coming out with a win 32-9. Again, Lynn just keeps on rolling.
Yep. And, number one in the region, which is a first for, I want to say, it hasn't been that long because Lynn's not that bad of a program. They've always had pretty successful seasons. But, a couple years ago, you wasn't for sure. And then they hired Mark Hastings. And even last year, they only got 2 wins last year, but they were watching them in person. You could see where they were going. They were completely competitive in every one of their ball games. They were a good, well-coached group, and it shows this year. If they wouldn't have scheduled that private school for Montgomery, they'd be undefeated too. But Winston County programs, I believe Winston County may be the only one that's not in the playoffs this year. But it's a big year for Winston County. And a guy from Winston County, you
got to be happy about that.
Yeah.
And then we had Lamar County going to Winston County, coming up short. They got beat 46-28.
Yep. Clemens had a huge game for him. He had over 100 yards, well over 100 yards rushing. I believe he had a kick return for a touchdown too. So, I mean, huge game for him. Huge game for Winston County. This is a team they have trouble with a lot. Vernon's not one of them places you go and win too often, and it's not one of the opponents you come on the road and you beat at home too often. So, for them to do this and almost, double up, it's huge. They're in the fourth. They're fourth in their region, so I'm not so sure that they can't sneak in with this last game. We'll have to see. Anyways, huge year for Winston County. I would be happy with it.
Yeah. Then we had Haleville going to corner, coming up with a win 49-42, man. How you feel about that?
Oh, man, this was special. This was a special game. And, went into overtime. Haleville had a goal line stand to be able – now, of course, I said Dora was already the number one team in the region. They beat Haleville. I want to say it was like maybe 29-12.
Yeah.
But outside of that, Haleville's dominated pretty much everybody. And I thought this was going to be a close game. This was the fight for the second seed, and Haleville got it done on the road. And that's a hard coming from Haleville. Playing at corner, it didn't matter if it was the old stadium or the new one. It was always a difficult trip to make. The only highlight was passing Wesley's baby trap.
Yeah, for sure.
But, huge shout out to Coach Culver. The boys keep on rolling, and the playoffs are looking better and better for Haleville.
That's awesome, man.
I think they may can get third round, maybe. We'll see.
Then we had Carbon Hill going to Tarrant and coming up with a win, 14-12.
They got that W, man.
They got it.
They finally did, and they had to pick off Tarrant late to secure it. DeJesus for Carbon Hill, he had a heck of a ball game. He had over 100 yards as well. I believe it was like 160 and a few touchdowns, and I wanted more for Carbon Hill. got a lot of people over there I love. You know, I hope the best for them moving on, but I'm glad they got the win.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. Then we had Curry going to Cordova, coming up short, 56-8.
Yeah, it's another one we kind of predicted.
Yep.
We're talking about that region. Curry's the bottom, Hamilton's right above them, and then you got Cordova, Corner, Haleville, or actually no, you got North Side. Yeah, Cordova, North Side.
Yeah.
Corner, Haleville, Dora.
Yep.
But you know, shout out to Cordova taking care of business at home. 2 big wins in a row. I'm pretty stoked for them for the coming years. They've got a young team too, and we'll see what they can do with it. Their quarterback's a stud, and I mean they've got a couple targets coming back, so we'll see what they can do in the next few years.
Yeah, no doubt. Then we had Oak Grove going to Dora. You just mentioned them coming up with a win. Dora did 55-22.
It's a good year for them Bulldogs, and oh my God, and that Green Top family. You know, you know they're happy about it. But Chavis, head coach at Dora, you know, former Alabama football player, former Dora Bulldog, coached at Carbon Hill before he went to Dora. I know Carbon Hill's missing him.
Yeah.
Something awful right now, but
I'm sure
he actually got the defensive coordinator position for the Alabama Mississippi All-Star game this weekend. Wow. That got announced. So shout out to him. Happy for him. He's just a good guy, man. He really is. He's a good coach. He knows what he's doing. And honestly, I think Dora can keep him just because that's where his
alma mater.
Yeah, his alma mater.
Yeah.
But that's a big name right now in the coaching carousel. So we'll see. We'll see if Dora can keep him.
Yeah. Then we had the game of the week. We had Pleasant Grove going to Jasper, and it wasn't pretty. Pleasant Grove won 45-14.
You know, we talked about last week when we posted that Haleville Corner game that's probably the game of the week.
Yeah.
And we should have
picked it.
This is my bad because I had higher hopes for Jasper. You know,
yeah,
with Spencer, they had that winning streak alive, and they were fighting Pleasant Grove for the number 2 spot in this region. And you know, Pleasant Grove did what Pleasant Grove did last year and just spanked them.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they didn't play last year. I'm talking about like Pleasant Grove being a state championship team, undefeated last year.
Yep.
The only loss they've had was to Ramsey, which is the number 1 in this region. And in all honesty, I believe Ramsey might win the state title, and then they may have to go through Pleasant Grove again to do it. So, but Jasper, you know, you got your playoff seed. We'll see what we can do with it. They got Homewood. Well, we'll continue to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But guys, that was week 10. We want to take this moment right now to talk about our sponsor for the week. Guys, you know, the world's a tough place, and sometimes, you know, your mental health needs to be something important to you and to everybody, us included. And guys, today's sponsor is here to help you. It's BetterHelp. If you think you've been feeling depressed, stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed, BetterHelp offers licensed therapists who are trained to listen and help you. Guys, you can talk to your therapist in a private online environment at your convenience. There is a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that may not be available in your area. I mean, guys, look, you know, there may be a therapist in your area, but maybe you went to school with them. You don't feel comfortable talking about everything with somebody you know. That's understandable. Go to BetterHelp. You just fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific needs, and then you can get matched with a therapist in as little as 48 hours. And then you schedule a secure video and phone sessions, plus you can exchange unlimited messages, and everything you share is completely confidential. You can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime. Guys, join the 3 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. Guys, get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/loaded sports network. That is betterhelp.com/loaded sports network. Check out the link right there at the bottom. But guys, don't forget, again, 10% off your first month, betterhelp.com/loaded sports network. That's betterhelp, HELP.com/loaded sports network. And guys, it means a lot to all of us here at the Loaded Sports Network. Ain't that right?
Oh yeah. I mean, coming from, me and Brian here, we're with two therapists. So,
Yep.
well, yours is more of a counselor. So,
Right.
But me, from examples of my past, having some people very close to me not have anybody and take their lives, this is huge for that. And we just got to get the word out there, keep getting the word out there. Like, suicide's awareness is a real deal that we need to talk about more often. And companies like this, BetterHelp, will help you get through it.
That's right, guys. Again, don't forget 10% off your first month. BetterHelp.com/loaded sports network. BetterHelp, HELP.com/loaded sports network. All right, guys, we're back here at the Yellowhammer Football Podcast on the Loaded Sports Network. Going to look ahead to the last week of the regular season. It's been a loaded season, no pun intended. Guys, we got Cherokee going to Hackleburg.
Oh, yeah.
Hackleburg all day.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the back-to-back weeks of Hackleburg getting to blow some teams out, and they'll do it right here. Coach Hudson, it's not been too good of a year for him, but I think he's got his boys right at the tail end of the season, and he's going to do what they do best, and they're going to beat Cherokee down pretty good.
Yeah, no doubt. Then we got Marion County going to Pickens County.
Yeah, I said that I'd watched Marion County first week against Lynn, and I said that Marion County competed, and they had some opportunities in the second half of that Lynn game, and they wasn't able to capitalize on them. And that was the first game, so everybody's a little rusty. Now, Lynn played Pickens County, and they beat them in overtime. Logan Madison stopped them at the goal line. There's another goal line stand.
Yeah.
Pickens County's a hard team, always a hard opponent. Lynn had never beat Pickens County before this season. So if I'm going off Marion County competing with Lynn and Marion County pretty much handling business the rest of the season, this is going to be an epic ball game. And if anything's working against Marion County right here, it's at Pickens. It's reform.
Yep.
But they've got all the momentum in the world to go in there and get this done. And I'm going to say if they can, it's close. It's going to be a close ball game either way. Ty Madison's going to throw that ball across the field. But I would say they get it done by at least 2.
Yeah, I'm thinking 3 points either way. I can definitely see Marion County picking up the win, but like you said, man, it's going to be close, and it's going to be an epic battle.
Oh, yeah.
Then we have South Lamar going to Brilliant.
South Lamar gets to take out their frustration in that land ball game against Brilliant right here.
Yep.
Holy Spirit beat Brilliant at Brilliant 56-0. I think South Lamar's got that and then some. South Lamar huge in this one, brother.
I agree. Got Winfield going to Lamar County.
Yeah. Ooh, Lamar County just can't get no breaks right here. I mean,
no.
Winfield, for me, I always loved Winfield. I love Marion County, but the Winfield side that I love is the Fayette County side. And then you got Lamar County right there next to it. And it's always a good area for football. They've always got good football players no matter where you look, what town you look in. This has been a heated matchup over the years, but Winfield's going to get this done and get it done big and just cruise right into the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. We got Fayette County going to Hamilton.
Just got through talking about it.
Yep.
Fayette's going to dominate this. And
yep.
I mean, Hamilton is not going to be down forever. They're not. They're a rich football history program. I mean, they've turned out studs. They've always been that way. and to see them suffering like this, it's kind of hard to watch. To be honest with you, kind of hard to hear about. And Fayette's just gonna get it done. They're gonna get done big, and hopefully Hamilton can recover this offseason and put everything together next year.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about Hamilton. Growing up, in the late '90s, early 2000s, you looked at Hamilton on your schedule if you played them, and you knew it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, it's automatically a loss more times.
Yeah. I mean, when I went to school, it was definitely a loss.
I don't know if Coach Peoples is back after this year. I haven't really been hearing any talk. We'll have to see, but it's a hard year for him. We'll see if he.
Yeah. I mean, programs have down years.
Yeah.
Across all football, no matter what you're playing or what league, professional teams, everything. So you just got to hope that they take the lessons of this year and improve next.
Yeah.
So. Got Waterloo going to Vina. Lord have mercy. I guess Waterloo.
I think I like Waterloo big in this one.
Yeah.
They started out pretty high, but quickly faded. Meek and Phillips. But, Waterloo big for sure.
Yep. Then we got Whitesburg Christian going to Tharptown. I don't know anything about them, but they're playing Tharptown. Again, not saying anything bad about the players. They all, I'm sure, try really hard. Coaches coach really hard.
We're going to learn from our lessons here, Brian.
Yeah.
Colonel.
Yeah.
We're going to learn from our lessons. The teams we've not known about, they've pretty much destroyed.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to go with Whitesburg.
Yeah, I'm going to go by a lot because I figure that's probably what it's going to be. Then we got Athens going to Russellville.
Oof.
It's tough. It's going to be tough.
There ain't too many programs that's had movies made about them, and Athens is one of them programs. Rich football history. I'm talking rich. If you're looking for names, I'm gonna go ahead and name one. Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, he was dominant for Athens, and I mean, I don't know much about them this year, but they're always good. So it's going to be a tough ass for Russell. I don't know if they get it done, and if they do, it'll be by a small amount, I'm sure.
Being at home is going to help, you would hope.
Yeah.
But like you said, we don't know a lot about them, but we just know the history of that school, and it's going to be a tough ask. Then we got Addison going to Shoals Christian.
Oh, it's definitely Addison all day.
Yeah, a lot. 70. A
lot.
Yeah. Then we got Meek versus Oakman. Here it is, man.
Anybody that's watching, if Oakman was Oakman last year, and if Oakman was what they're going to be in the next few years, this would have been the game of the week, no doubt.
Yeah.
And in a lot of people's eyes right here, it is the game of the week because Meek's shooting for an undefeated season. They're going 2 classifications up. They're making that trip down 69 to Oakman. I'm sure Coach Hall will have his boys ready, but Meek's got more to lose right here. I mean, they really do.
Yeah.
Coach Powell's going to have them boys ready, and I know Cameron Deaver is going to be right. I mean, he's going to at least have, I would say, 2 or 3 touchdowns in this one.
Yeah, at least.
If Oatman's got a shot, it's just because they're at home. But I want Meek to win it. I think Meek will win it. They just got to show me.
Yeah,
I'll be here for the Daily Mountain Eagle too. So that continues.
Like that, they are going to be pumped, pushing for that undefeated season. They've had such a great year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see them losing. They'll do whatever it takes to win. So I'm picking Meek. I'm picking Meek on that one.
Dude, I had to, me and you talked about it before. I had to ask for that game, no doubt.
Yeah.
Like I told Johnson, man, let me have it. I got to be there. I want to see Meek do it. But we'll continue.
Are you going to rush the field if they win?
I'll get it on video.
All right, guys. We have Hubbartville going to Lynn. Lynn all day.
Land all day, man, and I would want to go to this one too, just to
Yeah.
see my family down there. So uh, land all day, I would say at least about 30. If they're looking forward to the playoffs, it may be about a couple score ball game.
Yeah.
But land for sure.
Yeah, I think Lynn's got that one. And then got Falkville going to Winston County.
Faultville's beat a couple of our teams, Brian.
I know they have. Yeah.
I don't see them doing it. I mean, it's a beautiful trip going from Faultville to Winston County. That's always a good trip up through there. You go through all them beautiful Winston County towns and Bankhead National Forest. I mean, it's a good trip, but that's the only good views they're going to see. I think Winston County is going to dominate this.
Yeah, I agree with you. Then we got Haleville going to West Morgan.
Yeah, this is interesting, and I know the reason why they scheduled this. I'm sure is because Bo Cover was former coach at West Morgan. So,
yeah.
This doesn't matter to Haleville. This is not a win game. If anything, the want to of having the momentum going into the playoffs, you'll want to win this one. But I could see them sitting a couple guys too. But if Haleville plays their full roster, they're going to dominate this one.
Yeah, I agree with you. Then we got Carbon Hill going to Oak Grove.
I don't think they get the second win here. I think they stay with one win, and it's not all that bad. At least you got a W, but it's going to end on a sour note right here.
Yeah. I think they end the season with a loss, no doubt. Then we got Carver Birmingham going to Cordova.
Yeah, I forgot Oak Grove's in this region too. I've forgotten the name now.
Oh, okay.
But Carver Birmingham, we got to see them play Jasper. Jasper dominated that one. That was one I called. I figured they would get back on their winning streak there.
Yeah.
It's that beautiful, beautiful brick school. Once you get into Birmingham, I mean, you won't miss it. It's on the left off 65, but right when you pass Daniel Payne Drive. Anyways, I don't see them going into Cordova and winning this one. If they do, I believe Cordova was excellent, same region as them last year. But if they do, it's only because they've got more guys. But I think Cordova gets this done. They're hot right now, and I believe they end their season on a high note.
Yeah, I agree with you. Then we got St. Clair County going to Dora.
This is one I have no idea about. I don't know if you know anything about St. Clair County.
I have no idea. Dora's at home.
Yeah.
This
had to be one.
Yeah, let's go with Dora. So.
I'll agree with. I got the hiccups. I'll agree with you. I believe I got Dora right here too.
Then we got Homewood going to Jasper.
I watched Homewood a couple times on 68 this year. They're not dominant by any stretch, but it's going to be a hard game for Jasper. Coming off that loss that they took from Pleasant Grove last week, it's going to be hard. I believe Homewood's 6A, aren't they?
Oh,
I think that may be a typo.
Probably so.
It's gonna be difficult for them to do this. They may even be 7A. I can't remember if they are or not. But if I was Jasper, I would rather be going to Homewood because they got a couple good. They got Taco Mama. They've got the Big Spoon.
Oh, yeah.
They got a couple good restaurants to go to down there. But you're offering them your home field, and I believe Homewood comes in and gets it done.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, guys, we're going to take a short little commercial break, and we'll be right back for Game of the Week. Hey, guys, it's the Colonel here from the Lotus Sports Network, wanting to tell you about our merchandise store. Guys, it's open now. You can freely go buy some T-shirts and support this network and help it grow. Here's a short little video showing you how to get to it. First thing you want to do is go to lotusportsnetwork.com, go to the home page. You can click on the network store, and it will take you to the store. And you can see here, we got Lotus Sports Network, t-shirts, tank tops, long sleeves, and hoodies. Scrolling down, got the Yellowhammer Football Podcast, same thing. T-shirts, tank tops, long sleeves, and hoodies. Spring Loaded Footballs also represented, the flagship show of the network. Coach's Corner. For all them Coach's Corner fans out there, I know there's a lot of you guys, represent Coach's Corner. And also Bruiser Brian. Again, t-shirts, tank tops, long sleeves, and hoodies. Guys, it might not mean much to y'all, but it means a lot to us. So we would highly encourage you to help support this network. And buying a t-shirt will help us do a lot more things. The more we make off this network, the more we're able to do with it. And we want to see it grow as much as possible. And it just means a lot to us, guys. So, again, thank you very much. Please consider buying a t-shirt. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Yellowhammer Football Podcast here on the Lotus Sports Network. And we got Game of the Week. We got Phil Campbell going to Red Bay. Can Phil Campbell close it out with a win?
What you think?
I mean, Red Bay's going to be motivated. They lost this past week.
Yeah.
It's at Red Bay. It's going to be tough. Phil Campbell's already made the playoffs. Are you trying to rest your players? What are you trying to do? I'm still picking Phil Campbell, because I'm a homer, and that's what I do.
We talked about teams having nothing to lose, really, and Phil Campbell's in the same category. They don't have anything to lose right here, so they can rest their players. And if I'm guessing for me or you, I would rest my players. I wouldn't worry about this one.
Oh, yeah. No, look, I want them to play and win.
Yeah.
If I'm the coach, I'm looking towards the playoffs.
Yeah,
So
I remember what happened to Mars Hill.
Yeah.
But Red Bay, you talked about it coming off that loss. They're going to be extremely motivated to close out this season with a W. If Phil Campbell doesn't play their starters, I think Red Bay has a huge chance. But if Phil Campbell wants to, end it strong right here and going into the playoffs, they'll be able to pick whatever score they want in this one.
Yeah. Well, guys, there it is. Going to take this time to wrap the show up, I do believe. You got anything else you'd like to say?
Nah, man. Just go out and watch your teams this week. It's end of the year and getting ready for the playoffs. They need all the support they can get. I'm excited for it. We didn't expect to have this many playoff teams when we started this year, so they give us more to talk about. So I couldn't ask for a better season with you. It's been fun. It's been
been great. It's been great.
Here's to keeping it going, brother.
That's right, man. Again, we want to thank everybody for listening. The show is exploded from anything I think either one of us had envisioned when we started this little project for us, But, guys, you can check out the show on YouTube and Spotify for the video version. You can listen to it anywhere you find your favorite podcast. And, guys, we hope we're a part of that group. Check out LoadedSportsNetwork.com. Click the link. Buy yourself a T-shirt. It'll help us out a little bit. Check out BetterHelp. Go to BetterHelp.com/LoadedSportsNetwork. Get 10% off your first month. I am the Colonel. He is Catfish. You have just heard the Yellowhammer Football Podcast, and we'll see you next time.